5 celebrities allegedly killed by the Illuminati. Welcome back to ITO's 10. People go missing all the time, but the most notable ones are the celebs that fall off the grid. In today's video, we will be looking into 5 celebrities that were allegedly killed by the Illuminati. Number 5. John Lennon. We kickstart our list with a well-known member of the Beatles, John Lennon. The man was quite radical and outspoken as compared to the rest of the members of his band. His songs were a clear reflection of his thoughts, which surely didn't seem to work in his favour. For those of you wondering what his songs were about, well, they were about real-world problems such as poverty, hunger, and other concepts on that line. Unfortunately, the band, the music industry, and the world lost a legend to a murder that proved to be fatal. The singer-songwriter, while exiting his limousine, was shot dead by an armed civilian nearby. He was on his way to his New York apartment, but sadly couldn't make it to his destination. The man was claimed dead on arrival at the hospital. Now, who shot John Lennon? On the 8th of December, 1980, a 25-year-old man that went by the name of Mark David Chapman pulled the trigger that caused John Lennon to fall lifeless. The man was a huge fan of John and had been planning this murder for nearly 3 months prior to doing so. But why did Mark kill John Lennon? As we mentioned earlier, John was radical in his approach to life. He even stated that the Beatles were more famous than Jesus. This was just one of the thoughts he had, which infuriated the people of the world. Many believe Mark was eluded by the Illuminati, using Project MKUltra to help undertake this assassination. Now that is really mysterious. Number 4. Tupac. Next up we have Tupac Shakur, one of the most influential rappers to ever exist. Tupac died on September 13th, 1996, after fighting a 6-day battle following being shot at multiple times. Internal bleeding caused him to not make his way out of the hospital alive. Tupac was at the MGM Grand that night, and he was on his way to Club 662 when a white car pulled up beside the vehicle he was in, shot at his hand, thigh, pelvis, and chest. Unfortunately, no one caught up with the person who did it. Did the Illuminati kill Tupac? We cannot give a straightforward answer for this, as it's a conspiracy theory that has a 50% chance of being true. Tupac has stated that when he spent time in jail, he came to know about the secrets of the Illuminati and let out an album that had content regarding it. He also stated that he'll enter politics in case he makes it out alive, which unfortunately he didn't. Number 3. Bruce Lee. Martial artist Bruce Lee was considered as yet another victim of deaths involving the interference of the Illuminati. What was the cause of Bruce Lee's death? While filming his famous movie Enter the Dragon, the actor collapsed and was said to have faced a series of seizures. On getting himself tested, he came to know that he was suffering from cerebral edema. 2 months following this day, the actor passed away. He was at actress Betty King's residence when he passed away on the 20th of July, 1973. While he was at her place, practicing a script for an upcoming movie they had coming, Lee stated to have headaches and pains, to which Betty provided him with a tablet that contained the components of both a tranquilizer and an aspirin. This caused his brain to face an allergic reaction, causing it to swell up in size by 13%, causing it to be lethal for his body. There are 2 major conspiracy theories behind Lee's death. One states that he was murdered by the Illuminati, as he refused their offer to help them out by giving them control of his media. The second conspiracy theory is one that revolves around the Lee family curse. In short, this meant that his entire family tree was cursed. In fact, from a very young age, he has stated that he always feels someone to be lurking in the shadows, following him around. Still, wondering how a family curse could be real? Look into the events of how his son Brandon Lee passed away. This will probably change your perspective about family curses. Number 2. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe is considered one of the strongest women to have ever existed, apart from being the hottest babe of her time. People literally worshipped her. The fame allowed her to reach great heights while simultaneously gaining connections with the most affluent families. Some of the affluent families she was known to have connections with included the Kennedys. The woman was loved by many for the strong support she would showcase towards them. Etta James has even spoken highly of Monroe for helping aid her career. She promised a venue that she would sit in the first row if her pal Etta James were to play there. Due to that, Etta got a chance in the industry and did not fail to take maximum advantage of it. How did Marilyn Monroe die? She was said to have died due to a suicide attempt by overdosing on sedative drugs. She died at the tender age of 36, leaving her entire legacy behind. Though this is what the autopsy report stated, the conspiracy theorists state her death was caused otherwise. What were some theories that entailed the reasoning behind her death? She was apparently involved with one of the Kennedy boys, Robert Kennedy. The Kennedys didn't want her to enter the family, and hence this was the best way to get rid of this stubborn woman. Another conspiracy theory with regard to her death states that it was pure murder, on the saying of a very powerful mafia leader who went by the name Sam Giancana. The motive behind this was to show Robert Kennedy who the real boss was. Number 1. Michael Jackson. Finally, we've come to the top of the list, with Michael Jackson at number 1. The man lived quite a suspicious life. No one would doubt him being murdered by the Illuminati. In fact, his death was ruled as a case of homicide. We lost the King of Pop on June 25th, 2009 due to an overdose. In actuality, the man was going to make a strong comeback with his This Is It tour. But did he overdose all on his own, or was a second hand involved in the big question? There are many conspiracy theories behind this. In fact, when he passed away, the news was flooded by conspiracy theories, the most famous one being the involvement of the Illuminati. Who was the man that was charged for Michael's demise? Conrad Murray was his physician back then. On finding him in that state, he was sent into hospital as an emergency case, and within the hour was considered to have passed away. On further investigation of the drugs that he overdosed on, information was derived that the drugs that were taken included an anti-anxiety drug along with a tumour anaesthetic. The combination of this was quite lethal to Michael, which led to him falling in and out of consciousness that day. His personal physician had to face the brunt and was charged for manslaughter. How is his death involved with the Illuminati? Michael Jackson was a huge hit and sensation for so many years. He had a lot of power which the Illuminati wanted to use to brainwash the world. Many people stated that that was the reason he changed skin colour, as that was considered a dominant trait. His children also stated that they had encountered their father in tears on many occasions while saying that there were people out there who wanted to kill him. His father and sister believed that Michael was murdered and didn't die due to an overdose. Holy moly, that's scary. Now that's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video and can't wait to see you shortly. Do tap the like and subscribe button and give the bell icon a quick smash. Adios.